This is a tale called Johnny Appleseed. It's about a boy whose name is really Johnny Chapman. He was born a long time ago, back when the United States was barely the United States, and it was very common for a lot of people to travel west in order to make a living. One day, Johnny Chapman liked to take a walk, and he planned on traveling west, but he wanted to make the west side a better place, and by doing so he needed to pack up all of his things and wanted to take some apple seeds with him in order to plant them and make it look more beautiful there. So with just the clothes on his back and a cooking pot on his head as a hat, this made it very convenient for him to make food when he was sleeping underneath the stars. And he started walking. And this was when there were no cars, no planes, nothing else really, no shoes really to get him there. And he just walked. Eventually his clothes turned to rags, and they got very dirty, and he still continued to walk even in the spring. And then when winter came around, he invented his own type of snowshoes to put on his feet and continued to walk without a worry in the world. Once he finally arrived west, he stopped at a river and planted one seed and reburied it, and then walked away. His plan was to come revisit it and see where it grew. So he kept on walking, and again he was back in the west side, so there's a bunch of vegetation around, and he was never really alone. He made friends with all the animals he visited, and any other creatures, bugs, anything he came across were his friends. He came across Indians and their reservations and was able to learn from them as well. He was shown how to pick the right berries, and they showed him the roots that he could eat. In exchange, he would give them some of his clothes too, the ones he had on his back, just when they were needed, and people really liked him as a person. Once he kept walking, he would revisit the apple tree. Once it was a full grown tree, he noticed that there was a girl swinging underneath it. So he went and visited the family, who invited him inside and listened to his stories that he's told about him going throughout the towns and planting these apple seeds. And they liked him so much they invited him to stay with them. But Johnny declined, said that he wanted to remain living in the world that he has known, in the outside, enjoying laying underneath the stars every night. And they understood. With what Johnny did and his friendliness and his willingness to give everything he had, he was then called Johnny Appleseed instead of Johnny Chapman. And he was considered a hero in this west side because he provided little trees, or big trees, for the kids to play on. He provided snacks and ingredients for people to make their apple pies during holidays. They were able to butter their toast with apple butter and just enjoy the beautiful trees in the area when they sprouted in the spring, those beautiful white flowers, and everyone was very thankful for him.